What's up, guys? Many libs accuse us of being racist, but have you ever checked in on their timelines? Very interesting if you search some of the more popular left-wing pundits in independent and alternative media who are constantly being platformed, like Jennifer Welsh saying that all white people are racist. I'm a white woman that lived in a red state my entire life, and I can tell you, I'm around white people. They test the racist water. They test it on people like you all the time, she says to black people on a panel. Okay. Going after Mike Johnson for being on Grindr. Jennifer Welsh saying Stephen Miller is a white supremacist, and he's a Jewish Nazi. He's a Nazi Jew, she says. Stephen Miller is a Nazi sociopath. He's an insecure little white supremacist. His own parents hated him. Who are these demons? Like, it's like, I don't like libs, but like, I feel like, you know, you make a Joe Biden smooth brain joke every once in a while, but like, who talks like this? Jennifer Welsh says white Trump voters shouldn't be allowed to eat at Mexican and Chinese restaurants. They should only go to Cracker Barrel. That's the meanest thing I've heard yet. It's utterly unhinged. I mean, these people really, like, it's the, I don't know, the plastic surgery, I guess, gets into the skull. Abby Phillips is the CNN. She's like the next big thing on CNN. She doesn't even bat an eye when these wine mom, broke brain, blue and on sociopaths like go, you know, Stephen Miller's a Nazi.
Stephen Miller is a white supremacist. I mean, he is, and he's basically running the White House. They keep Trump busy with his decorating projects. He's got building the arch now. He's got his Oval Office design. And then you have these real sociopaths that are real anti-Semites, true white supremacists like Stephen Miller. And even though he's Jewish, he's like a Nazi Jew.
Well, look, I can't speak to what Stephen Miller's motivations are. I've met him. I've talked to him. I've interviewed him.
How tall is he?
Yeah, we're dying to know.
Oh God, I can't remember that.
Short?
I truly cannot remember him.
Okay.
I am short, so my understanding of people's height is not great.
Just like,
and
she doesn't even bat an eye.
you know,
They're like,
I do think
Jew.
that you have to understand what
This is the dialogue that's going on. You know, sometimes it takes me a second. You know, I don't really want to check in on these people. I'm busy and it like hurts my brain, but this is so unhinged. I mean, we do an interview show and sometimes, you know, use memes and you make a naughty joke here and there, but like, I mean, this is wild. He's a Nazi Jew. All white people are racist. White people shouldn't be allowed to eat at Mexican restaurants. This is like these are the leading opinions. Seems kind of like insanely racist itself. I don't understand why anybody thinks Jennifer Welsh is interesting, insightful, or constructive voice in politics in any way. All she does is spread blue and on wine mom liberal rants in the most crass and often fact-free way imaginable. Someone should sue her. Maybe that'll be JD Vance. It's like she's accusing JD Vance of being cruel to his children because they're brown. Again, like a thing that you would never hear on our channel, right? About some lib couple. I don't know. Like again, attacking someone's kids really low. But he says that she goes, because JD Vance doesn't care about his brown wife, his wife's Indian, or children, he won't care about you. Listen
To a woman of Indian descent.
Yes.
He has mixed race children.
Yes.
So to all of the MAGA voters out there, if this man will not defend his wife and will not defend his kids, do you think he gives a crap about you or anything to do with you? He is.
What the heck? What is wrong with this lady? You know, there are demons. There are people who are demon possessed. They're oftentimes the most self-loathing, miserable, insufferable, passive-aggressive, just crass, nasty, sociopathic individuals. And you can like see it, right? You can feel it. And she interviewed Jen Psaki, and the results are perfectly predictable. They say that Usha Vance wants to leave JD and that she's like trapped in some kind of like horrible relationship. It is inconceivable to these miserable left-wing women that somebody could be in a functional and happy relationship. Utterly inconceivable through all the SSRIs and all of the half-drunk bottles of Chardonnay rattling around on the bottom of their leased vehicles. They say stuff like
I
this.
think the little Manchurian candidate, JD Vance, wants to be president more than anything else.
Yeah.
I always wonder what's going on in the mind of his wife. Like, are you
Agreed.
okay? Please blink 4 times.
Yes.
We'll come over here. We'll save you. And that he's willing to do anything to get there. And that your whole iteration you just outlined, I mean, he's scarier in certain
Agree.
ways.
He's smarter.
In some ways. And he's young.
Yeah. And ambitious.
And agile in the sense that he is a chameleon who makes
Right.
himself into whatever he thinks the audience wants to hear from him. Now, what's also true, though, is JD Vance is not, he's in some ways goodish on paper if you like what he believes in. I don't know. But I don't know that he can take the whole movement with him.
No way.
I don't think so either.
There's no riz.
It's got no riz, right?
None.
And he just is a little odd. And so
Totally.
Trump's odd in a different way. So I'm skeptical of that. So yeah, he's got to, I mean, everything going on right now, and I think we have to be very clear-eyed about this, is about trying to manipulate the public around elections. And
He's got no riz. He is scarier than Trump. They say that. I would tend to agree. If you're Jen Psaki. For someone like me, you're like, let's go, man. The JD train rolls on, memes and all. And then they attack Usha Vance. And they're like, blink if you're okay. And she goes, he's got no riz. Lady, you were born in 1973. Okay? You were born in 1970. You're 52 years old. You're from like Texas and Oklahoma. A reality TV star. Okay. Calm down. Act your age. Like, relax and stop trying to make fetch happen. It's like it's not going to happen. Maybe you can like pay for TV bookings, whatever. Nothing baffles the liberal women more than a happy marriage. That's right. I must admit it, the plot that JD Vance is worse than Hitler started earlier than I anticipated. The left will say anything to see if it sticks. The same old playbook. You know what actually sticks? Ideas, common sense, policies, and working for Americans. Jen Psaki is part of that bitter Hillary group that simply tries to mean girl their way into office devoid of ideas. And absolutely correct, by the way. Jen Psaki must be transferring her own personal issues onto others, the dumbass who has no comprehension of the truth, and tries to overcompensate for her lack of talent by saying untrue things. Circle back on that, moron. Yeah. Usha is accompanying JD right now, and Israel is securing the Gaza peace deal. These are absolutely disgusting comments. Not a good person at all. These are horrible things to say. This is the look of a woman who adores the man that she married. The eyes of Chico never lie. MSNBC is the trashiest channel on TV. It's only fitting that they employ the most insufferable ex-Biden staffer, nasty woman. Also, who wants to hear these three witches talk about Riz? You're in your 50s, lady. Ladies, like, chill out. Act your age. You're in your 50s. Jen Psaki and KJP are in competition this week to see who can be the worst former press secretaries. Both are calamities. Usha, I'm really happy in my marriage. Jen Psaki. Silence, minority. A liberal white woman is speaking to you. You're unhappy. That's right. I will not be taking advice on who and who does not have Riz from three women who can no longer control their facial expressions because of the cosmetic treatments that they got in order to cling to the taste of relevancy they once had. Chopped, literally. Yeah, okay. They did the same stuff to Melania for years. January 6th text message didn't shut them up. Yeah, that's right. They actually put like Melania Trump's text messages up on screen during the DNC convention. They're grotesque people. And they actually think they're the good guys. We're talking about the shame Usha Vance here. Usha Vance looks so lovingly and proud at her husband. This is a completely foreign to left-wing women. They're starting early. That's right. JD Vance got a chance to respond to this. Vance reacts. And he slams Jen Psaki. Here you go.
Former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki made some comments suggesting that your wife, the Second Lady, needed to be saved from you. How do you feel about comments like that being made while you're here with the Second Lady?
Oh, I think it's disgraceful, but of course the Second Lady can speak for herself, and I'm very lucky to have a wonderful wife, and I know, or at least I hope that my wife feels the same about me, but we are very lucky to have this journey, or I should say I'm very lucky to go on this journey with a very loving wife. We're going to keep on serving the country together, and I'm honored to have Usha by my side on this trip in particular, but always.